Hi everyone, it's Tammy and I want to show you a cute gift idea. So I made this actually for myself, but I'm going to make another one for a friend. And this is 2020's calendar. So it has different critters on each. I just found this. If you search free printables for calendar for 2020, you'll get all different kinds. And I love my critters, so I found this one. I thought it was super cute, and it has, you know, cat, and it has dogs, and it has hamsters and bunnies and just all different sorts of things. And to do this, I wanted to first make it so that these were like a notebook where you could pull each page off. So what I did was I put it on a piece of harder cardstock. It's not even I just put it on, gosh, what is that called? It's not even cardstock. I mean, it's cardstock, but it's craft paper. And I just used a really thin piece for this one. Now you can use like a thicker cardboardy one if you want to. Like this one is on a thicker cardstock, which is kind of nice, but I wasn't sure how I was going to do it. And I ended up that I wanted to do an easel for this one too. So I'm going to do an easel for this one, so you'll be able to see that. But I didn't use the thick cardstock on this one. And this is also a free printable. This is one that's Harry Potter, and I'm giving this to one of my girlfriend's daughters who loves Harry Potter, and she's actually my goddaughter, and I love her, so I wanted to make her something, and she loves the color yellow, so I did her easel in yellow. I mean, you can't really see it when it's sitting up on your desk, but it's really cute. So I made that one for her, and I made this one for me, and I just put this one on craft paper, and I'm going to do craft paper for the one that I'm going to show you. I used craft paper as well. So I'm just going to show you what you do to make it so it's got the like notebook edge, you know, that, you guys know that rubbery thing that's on the top of a notebook and you just pull each page off. Sorry, my dog is down here and I don't know what she's doing. What are you doing, baby? Little Waylon, or Winnie, that's Winnie. She was down here saying hello. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what you do for that, because I'm not going to actually do it on this, but I have a different project in mind for this, for Thanksgiving. But you need to get this pad/book compound. I found it on Amazon. If I can remember, I will link it below. But it makes it so easy. You just literally brush this on, and it's just like a glue. So you have to kind of be careful. And I'm thinking I might see if I have a glue topper that will fit on top of this. Like maybe something like this. I bet they're all about the same size. Yes, this would work too. So I want something with a nice tip on it so that it'll work a little bit easier. But until I get that, I will continue to do what I'm doing. And I have this rubber spatula that I got with some makeup. And I am just taking it and pouring it onto my rubber spatula. And then well, before I do that, let me show you how I do this. I just take some clips and make sure that it's even on the top, and then usually one of the sides. This one is kind of a little crazy because it's not meant to be together, but I try to make it like as even as I can on all sides. And then I will take my clip and clip it on this side, and then I clip it on the other side. And then I can take a larger clip and put it on the bottom. And you can just find these at the office store or even the Dollar Tree. And that will hold it so it'll stand up. So then I take my rubber spatula, and you can see I have some glue on here now. I'm pulling it off. But that's why I use a rubber spatula, because after each use I can just literally peel off the glue that I didn't use and put that in the trash. And then I just pour some on here, and then I carefully tap it onto the binding. Now, if you had a pointed or a squirt bottle-y top, it would make your life a little bit easier, because then you wouldn't have to worry about the rubber spatula so much. But it came like this, and I've just worked with it like this. It actually has a brush that you can use, And I've used the brush, but I like the rubber spatula better. I even have a rubber brush. Well, it's not really a brush, but it has like little prongs. It looks like a brush, but it's rubber. And that's all right too. But unless you're doing something that's really thick, I don't think that's needed. And my things have all been pretty thin. I'm trying to think of other things that I've done. Oh, I did this little notebook for myself for Halloween, and it's literally just, it gives you the little rubber topping so that you can pull off each page, and it's just really nice. So for my uses, I don't really need the brush. If you want the brush, you can by all means get the brush, and they advertise it when you purchase the compound, but it's just really nice, and you can just type in book binding compound or something like that and you'll find it, but I will try to link it below. And it's really neat to have, and it's super easy because it dries pretty quickly. I've had it dry in like 20 minutes. I usually leave it for longer than I need, but one time I just realized that it was dry and I was like, holy cow, it's only been like 20 minutes. So that's how I bind it. So then once it's bound, and I bind it with the cardboard back or craft back on it because I want it all bound together, which is where we are at now. So let me put these away. Let me put this over here. I just wanted you to see that. So that's where we're at now. I have it all bound together, and you can see that it's not even on this. The little cardboard is a little bit over, and I kind of thought that looked neat, and I wasn't sure how I was going to use it, and I wasn't sure which one I was going to use, but you can see I dripped some of my compound down here, but again, it didn't matter. And when I was making this, I didn't really realize if it was going to be for, I thought I was going to make one for myself for work and one for myself for home, so I wasn't being really particular about it. So as it turns out, if this one looks better, I'll give this one as the gift, and I'll keep, or if that one looks better, I'll keep this one and I'll give the other one as a gift. It doesn't matter to me. I think they're both cute. So it has the compound on the top, so all the pages are stuck together. Oh, there's a hedgehog on July. Yay! And I did know that. I have looked through all of them, but it's been a little minute. So then what you need is you need enough paper to make it so that you can go around and then make the easel like this. And the reason I like this kind of an easel is because I can fold it flat and I can send it in the mail if I want to, or if I'm just trying to move it from place to place or whatever. I know that's important to me right now because we've been moving offices. So I can just, it's easily stored if you want to keep it, or I'm not going to keep it. I'm just going to, take each month off as it goes and toss it, or maybe keep the character and do something with it. But you know what I'm saying. And you don't feel bad because it's just paper and it's not like it's anything too spectacular. You could decorate each page if you wanted to. I'm not doing that. I am just using it like this because that's functional and what I need. So let me show you how I did this particular easel. So the first thing I did was I took my paper and I put it where I needed it. Looks like this one might even have a little bit of a, so it goes paper and then it has craft, and then you can see the pink outline as well, which you wouldn't have to do, but I don't know, it might look kind of neat, so I'm going to go with it for now. I'm getting this where I want it, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just literally going to score right where the top of this is. So I know that that's how big this is, and this is my score line. And then I will take my bone folder and just burnish that edge. So this is going to be the top. So my little calendar will be stuck on here, and I will just glue that on there, but it will be stuck on here like this. And I could do that already, but I'm going to save it just because if I mess up anything. And then I don't always need two more pieces, but the last one I did was kind of a little bigger. I made the thing a little wide, so I don't know if I can do it with one more piece or not. So these are, just so you know, this was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper to start, and I'm using the 8.5 side because that's what I had left over in my stash. But whatever works for you is fine. If you had the 11-inch side, one piece of paper should probably do it. I'm using some scraps that I had from another project, so I just had a lot of little scraps So that's what I'm using, but I would suggest using the 8.5 by 11 and cutting it so you have the 11-inch instead of the 8.5 inch size, which is what I'm working with here. I'm working with the 8.5 inch size. That's why I might need 3. Otherwise, you could certainly do it with 2. But this is really just to teach you how to do the easel, which is really just to get longer. I mean, you're going to want twice as much as you need for sure, and then some. So I'm using however big this is. However, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is about 6.5 inches my project is, so I'm going to need at least 13 inches, but I'm even going to need more than that. I'm going to need at least, let's say, 16 inches of stuff. So you're going to need at least 2 pieces unless you have a 24-inch piece of paper. And I'm probably making this way more complicated than I need to. So anyway, all you need to do is make sure that you have just some cardstock, and I have 3 pieces that are taller and a little bit wider than my project. I don't know what my dog is whining for. She just came out, or just came in. So this is for this. And then I'm going to attach this one to the top of that, because I'm trying to make it so you can't see all of the seams, which I didn't do actually I didn't do a bad job on this one. Yeah, actually this is good. You can't see the seams on those, so that's all right. So I'm just going to put this like that, and that will cover up that seam, and then I can fold this where this ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score this part again. So I know that this will be the bottom of my project, and so this will fold up like that. So far I have it like this, but I want this to connect to that. So I could fold this in half and make this connect to this, but the problem is then the base would be really small, and because this is so tall, it might not hold it. So I want it to be a wider base, if that makes sense. Like here. This one has a really small base, and that's fine for this because it's a little shorter. But see how much bigger this base is? This is twice the width because this is taller, and I want it to be able to fit up in there. And I want it to hold my paper without it folding over or falling over. So I'm going to add a little bit of this 3rd sheet of pink to make it so that these all stick together nicely. And I won't need very much, but I want a couple inches on each side. So let me go ahead and cut this. I'm going to cut it at, I'm going to do 2 inches and 2 inches and 1 inch. So I'm going to do 5 inches. So then I'm going to score this at 2 inches. And I'm going to score it at 4 inches. So then that gives me a 2 inch and a 2 inch and a 1 inch area. So the 1 inch area I'm going to score or fold one way, and then the other one, let's see, this is going to go like this. This is going to attach to that. So I'm kind of doing it in a zigzag, like that. So this piece is going to have my calendar. I'm going to put this piece on it like that. And then the bottom, oops, how am I doing this? There, like that. The bottom is going to attach like that, so that when it opens, it'll have a nice base. So let's go ahead and start gluing. So the little small area that I cut, the 1 inch area, that's going to attach to the front. to the front bottom of my project. And I do like to use glue so it'll be a little bit able to manipulate it just a little bit. I can tweak it a little as I need. And then I'm going to put glue on this one. And I wouldn't have to make these so big. Like this area could be an inch instead of the 2 inches or whatever that it is. It doesn't really matter, but I just wanted to make sure that my seam was at the top, so I didn't worry about it too much. And then I'm going to connect these two together. And I think I'm going to do it on this one. This looks like a little smaller. So I'm just putting glue all over that. So this is what it looks like on the side. And then I'm going to take my glue and put it all over the back of my project. And I'm just centering this in my project. And I don't know that I did a very good job of explaining, and I really apologize if I didn't. But hopefully you can follow along when you see the finished project. See how that works? So I have one piece here, and then I wanted a piece that went down the back side, so I needed it to be the same length as this. So it's really two of the same, and then one that I scored at 2 inches and 2. So I had a 5-inch piece that I scored at 2 inches and at 4 inches. The 4-inch score line left an inch piece of cardstock that I attached to the front, and then the 2-inch piece I attached to the back, so that it could make the easel. And now this will stand up, and you can make it, you know, skinnier if you want to pull it up a little, or you can push it down and it just stands up on its own, so that now I have my calendar and it's nicely removable and all of that. So I think it looks really cute. I kind of like the 3 layers too. I don't know, I'm gonna have to pick which one I like better, and that's the one that I will. Oh, I like this one better. So I'll give this one away and I will keep this one. But they are very much the same, and I think it looks really cute. And I think that the person that I have in mind will really like it. So, yay! Oh, and look at August. It looks like my dog a little bit. Isn't that cute? I think it's a Boston Terrier, but it kind of looks like my pitties. So sweet. All right, well, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.